G'day, this is our Figgery space. We got a variety of figs from a couple of markets, some rarer varieties and your common, home and garden ones. And we created this space here where we're wanting to keep these figs at a nice manageable height so they can be netted and we get more figs than what the birds get. But I watched an incredible video from Paul at Urban Bounty on a spring-summer layout of his property in an urban suburban block. And the use of space and taking advantage of the environment in his home was just so impressive. And I thought to myself, the figs are going well, but I need to make better use of this space. And I've got something else that I've got way too many of. And I thought, let's take advantage of it. But first, let's just have a look at the Figgery itself. The Figgery is made up of 5 figs that we've sort of arranged into a pattern, more about accessibility as the actual trees grow. So basically, what we have here is a Williams, we have a black Genoa, we have an unknown variety that we got from Joe's Connected Garden, which is a local sort of cooperative garden series of properties in South Australia, and another mystery unlabelled fig. So we're excited to find out what all these are. Down here is a baby brown turkey that my wife Melanie bought for me. So it's coming through absolutely beautifully and really taking off now. They're just here next to the chook pens, so it sort of helps. We can take plenty of fertiliser through, but that's sort of like a bit of a view from the other side of how things are going. We've got tons of space here. And it's walled up with some yuccas at the back there just to give a bit of a break, and it faces onto a fence of a neighbour from the back of sort of their house block. So there's an answer here for this space, and we'll go and have a look at it now. The answer is going to be these tomatoes. We've got so many of them, way more than we've got room in a lot of beds to plant. So the Figgery really offers a solution there. We're really wanting to capture space here. We've got a lot of land, but a lot more than the average person does. But by the same token, any level of self-sufficiency is really only going to be restricted by the amount of work we put into planting a lot more stuff. We've got a lot of seedling trees and things like here in our nursery section. We've got so much more fruit that we can produce, but getting a lot more vegetables is really the priority right now. I haven't got much in the way of prefab garden stakes at the moment. Normally I sort of grow my own and prepare them over the years, but so many of them are in use this time, so struggling a little bit. So I've got a mixture of some jacaranda branches that I've harvested, some bougainvillea stems that I've taken in, and it's getting close to the time I'm going to have to hit the bougainvilleas out the front for a few more garden stakes over the winter to let them dry out so they're ready for the kind of crops that need them next year. But they're going to do for these tomatoes. I'm going to get them in. In the first instance, with some tomatoes are going to climb. A lot of these young tomato seedlings I planted out in a really busy time, and I didn't label them that well. So pretty certain we've got a mixture here of Gros Liz and Tommy Toes. I'm going to put these in, 5 of them, into these spaces. I'm going to try and follow the existing water lines that run down into the Figgery and into our fruit orchard. At the very least, when those trees are getting some water over summer, these tomatoes will get a top up automatically, and then apart from that I'll have to keep an eye out and water them as they need it. So I'll get them in. The soil here is really virgin, but it's been left alone for a long time. It hasn't had anything in it, so I'm pretty confident the tomatoes are going to find everything they need here. A lot of goat stable manure, things like that, has gone into this space, so I reckon they're going to be excellent. So I'm going to get them all in. Not going to be choosy, doesn't matter which one goes where. And like, with your tomatoes, bit of soil up around the stem, help with a bit of rooting later on. Okay, so the 5 indeterminates are in, which is excellent. Now I'm going to put in a layer of smaller plants, some bush type tomatoes, lemon drops in the front here, make use of a bit more space. So these are really heavily root bound, so definitely need to go in. Tell you what though, this soil feels great. It's grainy, but it's just full of organic matter. So leaving it fallow for a long time is really going to work in my favour, I think. So there you have it. Tomatoes, making good use of space. Paul, I hope you're proud of me, mate. Learning something from your videos every time. But yeah, so what have we got? 5, 6, 7, 8 tomatoes into a space, sharing it with the figs, and we'll see how they go. Now good watering in, and away we go. Yes, I also want to take the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Day here. Our family's festivities usually on Christmas Eve and Christmas breakfast, so after breakfast it's a bit of a quiet time, a really nice time, you know, to enjoy in the garden, hearing from friends and family, but you know, making good use of it. So have a great year, hope you have a good new year. Again, there'll be a blurb somewhere up here, maybe up here, for that excellent video on the use of space and opportunities in your backyard from Paul at Urban Bounty. Over here will be, I don't know, something. And obviously there's an opportunity for you to like and subscribe if you'd like to. Any comments, let me know. Do you do that? Do you put in your tomatoes in other beds, give them an opportunity? Do you have a figgery? Do you like figs? I will put in one correction that will appear in the video. I did say that 2 of the varieties of figs were not known. But then I remembered one of them is actually a Charles White, not an unknown variety. So only one, unknown. We'll see how we go. Take care.